since we're last here, nothing has changed. It's been a week. No signs of it come in. Nobody's left. The player we did think we were going to sign, he signed for Dundee. So we're going to be coming up against him today, most likely. League game first, Cup game second. It's a Dundee doubleheader. Let's see how we got on. This Quavish Gamer. My name is Duncan. Welcome back to the Elgin Experiment. So welcome on in, everyone. Hello. Unchanged starting 11 and unchanged bench from the last game. Nobody in and nobody out. Rory Wilson was watched apparently at our last game by Motherwell. And yeah, we missed out on a player to Dundee. And that man was... when I take off all these bloody things... Tom Clayton. That's the lad we tried to sign. A 6'2" left-footed defender. Signed for Dundee. I think we actually offered roughly about the same, if not more money, which is always annoying. We always lose out to guys, even when we offer the same money. So I'm still in the hunt for a centre back. But yeah, as I said, unchanged side. So Victor in goals, Winters, Gill, Rocca, Dobson, Ventura, and Reid is our back four because Meluso is still come back from injury. Oyedele and Rowland. Keeping that midfield too, with Armstrong, Miles, and Rivera being our attacking midfielders, with Wilson starting up front. Finally got him on the correct role. And as I said, bench unchanged. Let's see how we go on with today in our double header against Dundee. Now, the board and the fans are both expecting us to lose. So, it's kind of a free hit. But we also know that for us, this is just going to be awful. Clayton is going straight into the team against us. And as you know, our form is very much up and down. Dundee, the team who we could not overtake in our relegation battle last year, but they did lose their playoffs, so they came down with us. Season preview had them down as first, us as second, although our start to the season hasn't shown that type of form on our behalf anyway. If anyone's been watching my streams, I did mention on my stream on Friday there would be a channel update video going out over the weekend. It didn't, as you can all see. I kind of changed my mind on it because what I was going to say, or my thoughts on things, have somewhat changed, and I don't know why. But the way I was feeling about certain things and certain, I mean, it doesn't really matter. My thoughts, feelings have changed. I kind of was annoyed at myself for just the lack of... the lack of... what's the word I'm looking for here? Progress, maybe? I have chronic fatigue syndrome, and as a result, it's kind of messed my mind a little bit to the extent that sometimes I just forget words, and I can't think of the word I'm looking for here, so apologies, but like my streams haven't got better. They haven't... not my streams, my videos, I feel like they haven't improved. We'll go for improved. I think there was like a jump in quality from the first set of games that was kind of playing on here to the Journeyman. I think there was a big jump then. I feel like the end of the Journeyman and the beginning of this series, I wasn't good enough. Quite honestly, I don't talk about in-game. I just mean like me. I wasn't good and entertaining, and it annoyed me. And I was kind of just nipping this series in the bud, taking off a week's break, and try to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. But I've decided against it. I've kind of, I don't know, over the weekend had a new burst of love or life for this. And when this, I mean this save, even though I've not played it, but whatever. The other thing that I am genuinely sorry for this, is just that the standard of my editing just hasn't improved, And I'm still proud of the video, but like, the most editing I'd say I've done in a video was the intro to the Elgin Experiment. The 3-minute long video just explaining the club briefly and stuff. It is so fucking basic. And there's people who will tell you that they have no skills, no discernible PC skills or editing skills, who could have made and edited together a better visually appealing video than what I did. I don't have an excuse for it. I'm just not very good at editing. This is going to sound really stupid, but the plan was, I have two editing softwares. I have the one that I use and one that I don't, and the plan was to switch from the one I currently use to the new one The new one seems to have a lot more in it that I can do and things. Before I started the journeyman, and then like during the journeyman, then it was like end of the journeyman, we're going to change over, and I never did. I have an excuse; it's not a good one for it. And it's simply that I ran out of time. The first episode of this needed done in terms of editing together. I had to get it done, so I just stuck with the one I knew. So I do want to learn more how to edit. I would love to make more visually appealing videos and better looking videos. Absolutely. But as things stand, I currently don't have the skill set. Now I know it's a skill set that I can get, and it's one that I can only get from learning how to do it, and practice makes perfect. I generally just assumed that, you know, the more videos I did, and that I would naturally improve. But with Football Manager, it's just like game to game. I don't really have to do much in terms of editing, so I never have developed any skills. So that is annoying. Now I realise I have spoke completely. The base has just done the mini channel update in the beginning of this video. Apologies. What has happened in this game, however, is we've had 6 shots, 2 on target. They've only had 2 shots. We're doing what we want. We are dominating possession, and we probably should have scored. Rory Wilson doing his best Rory Wilson of last year impression by hitting the woodwork from distances where he should be burying the ball in the back of the net. But other than that, we have Def, I'd say, looked relatively okay. I think Oyedele, when he gets settled, I think he'll make a big difference in that midfield. And I think Rollins beside him will also do very, very well. Having that double playmaker doesn't always work, but I just have a funny feeling that Miles and Rollins could work very, very well. Fucking hell. It could work very well. Rock has missed it. Good save. I still want the left-sided, left-footed defender to come in. That would be very nice. After that, probably looking for some form of backup midfielder, just somebody who can fill in for injuries, certain mid or whatever. Maybe a third out-and-out striker, because obviously like, Armstrong's a striker, but he's playing out wide for us. So just to have a little bit more depth, because that's one thing we just don't have is depth. Like, for example, we have players who can play out wide, who, you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just looking at the subs bench just now, you have Williams, wide player, can play up front. Archie Stevens, number 10, but can, on paper, play anywhere. I wouldn't trust him to be a striker with 5 finishing, for example, but, you know, out wide playmaker, yeah, I could see that. Can be a playmaker in those kind of 6 slots. Fuck knows how many times he's played at left back. That terrifies me. Joseph can play up front or out wide. We kind of have a little bit, but just not a lot of options. Armstrong is having an awful game. Boop. And a boop. Tell Wilson and Armstrong I'm not happy with the performance, but tell everybody else that we are doing well controlling possession, because both things are true. We are doing well controlling possession, but those two are playing pretty shit. I would like Moluso to get back and fit. Reed is fine as a backup, but I would like my first choice in sooner rather than later to try and get a run of games. Rivera, that's a good ball. Wilson, you've got to be stronger, son. I don't care if the defender's putting pressure on you. You've got to be stronger than that. That is a great chance. It's just passed us by. Kyle Joseph, I think, will be coming on pretty soon if Wilson doesn't step it up a little bit. I'm just hoping that we put in like a similar level of overall performance in the cup game, because if we do, we'll comfortably win that. It's our finishing just now that's letting us down, but what a strike from Paul Rivera. I was going to call him, it wasn't his, but great finish. He is, I think he actually is right-footed. He wants to play as a winger, so I've left him to it, but he cuts inside, and I am happy with this shot. Miles takes the ball, passes it to him, first touch, second, might even come off the fullback, Whitaker, but it doesn't matter. It goes out the bottom corner, and we take the lead at Dens Park. Dundee 0, Elgin 1. I've still got my own Wilson to take him off. He is playing poorly. Armstrong as well isn't playing great. Williams did get a double in the last game in that draw against Livingston, so he probably feels slightly aggrieved he's not playing. But Armstrong is tiring a bit, so let's make that change. Joseph comes on for Wilson. Williams will replace Armstrong. to be honest, Winter's Guilt is getting pretty tired, so I'm going to bring on Charlie as well. Make that triple change and keep the pressure up, hopefully. Hopefully get a quick second. That would be ideal. Oh, Rollins, man. Sometimes I think he just switches off. It's not the first time since we've signed him that was... Well, I think he's only played like 2 or 3 games, but in those games, at least once per game, he just switches off and gets dispossessed far too easily. That is poor goalkeeping. How in the name of fuck is he getting beat by that? Poor everything, to be fair. I'm not watching it again. That was poor. We need to do better. Come on, gentlemen. As I was saying from Rollins, I think the same happened in the last game. He got dispossessed far too easily, and the opposition scored from it. He needs to be a bit more alert, a bit more switched on. There's 20 minutes left. I would like us to, get the second now. I would very much not like to draw. I'm going to bring on Ethan Hamilton. Worryingly, if he makes I think it's 10 appearances in the league, he gets a new deal. Rollins is tired now. Let's bring on Marshall. That's all our subs. Try and just solidify that midfield a little bit. Still have the creativity from Miles there, though. So got to hope maybe that can make just a little bit of a difference. Right, Dobson. I think that was like a half clearance, half pass, but it was just a perfect ball for Dundee to win back. Right, Charlie heads it down to Williams. Poor touch. Dundee are putting on the pressure now. Can we stop the cross coming in? Nope. And they head it wide. Probably kicking themselves for not doing a bit better there. We have 10 minutes left. I'm going to... Oh, I might have clicked demand more than I double clicked for that. We berated them by accident. Their morale just went through the ceiling. Through the floor, sorry. Well, I fucked that, haven't I? Absolutely fucked it. Right, Reed, Marshall, come on. Rivera. Cuts it back for Reed. Looking for an option. He's not going to get it from Marshall. Mayo, shot from distance. Wide of the post. 1-1 still. Really annoyed at that goal we gave away. Really annoyed by it. We should be having the 3 points here. Should be having the 3 points. Also, sorry if the lighting looks a bit off today. The lights above me have stopped working, so I've got like a lamp there, like that far away from the camera, but it's not that bright. And then I have my usual light on a different colour to try and... it's a weird one. The light looks a bit funny. I just have lighting issues. Right, good catch. It's 1-1. Not the worst result. Ideally, would have liked to pick up the 3 points. Stupid mistake cost us. But then again, can I say that our finishing cost us? We should have had more goals, I think, from the chances we had. XG might disagree, but the one that still Wilson not even get a touch on that cross because he was put off by the defender needs to be doing better than that. But none of that overtly matters. We'll be back in game 3 days' time as we take on Dundee at Dens again, but this time in the League Cup. We are back for the second game of the episode, and we have made a signing. Limoeiro? We're just going to probably call him Cristiano. Central defender, 6 foot, solid physicals for what we need, and the passing as well, I guess. Pretty much solid technicals, decent enough mentals. Came in on loan for a year from BVT in Portugal. Oh, and I've run my breath. I'm literally just back from walking the dog. Pigo's straight into the side. The only other changes, Edwards comes in for Victor because it is a cup game. The rest of the team, yeah, rest of the team stays as is. Let's see if we can better our result against the team we just played 3 days ago. Fingers crossed we can. Oh man. Tell you what, it's bloody cold where I am today. Jesus. Cold as balls. hopefully, like I said in the last game, like if we put up the performance we put up in general, I think we'll win. Individual errors, without them though, like we'll definitely win. I think it was an individual error that kind of lost us a game, but it's also not taking chances that maybe cost as well. I know XG said meh kind of to that, but for me there was a couple of chances definitely that we should have buried. In the Challenge Cup, we are taking on Northern Ireland's Cliftonville. Cliftonville? Sure, that's what it is. For those who don't know, the Challenge Cup in Scotland is played by Scottish teams from the Championship and below to League 2, as well as, I'm pretty sure it's 2 teams from Northern Ireland, Wales, and possibly even the Republic of Ireland. I am not 100% sure on the last part. But it's either the top 2 or the top 3 teams from the season before. In each division gets drawn into the cup, which is quite interesting, I think, to have like a cup for British teams. There's not really an English equivalent you'd want to throw in that wouldn't like completely devalue it, because like what level is the equivalent of like League 2 to the Championship in Scotland? Like conference, like it's an awkward one, that one. I'm just staring at my dog, who's been weird. Because there's foxes outside, and she likes to go out and bark at them and tell them to bugger off, basically. Another corner for us. Can we bury one of these? It'd be quite nice. No, we can't, apparently. That is too much to ask for. How bloody dare I? We are dominating possession. We are the team with the most shots again. Only 3, not 1 on target. This midfield gap, I'm sorry, but there should not be. There is no reason, because I'm not playing a defence midfield player, that there should be a gap between my midfield and defence. Especially with the roles they've got, they should be in there, making that gap either with the ball or without. Like, it's a nonsense to me, and I'm sorry, but it is. Oh God, Rollins is switched off. Poor pass from Rocca, though, in the first place. I'm not saying Rollins switched off, that's maybe a bit unfair, but he wasn't fully switched on. Either that, he didn't realise he had the guy standing right beside him. It's just put us under so much pressure. Although we should have done better. We did get the ball away. They still got the shot off in the end. But again, just errors costing us, or almost costing us again. Oi! Get down! Goddamn dog. I forgot to pause the recording. Come here. Bad. Meant to pause the recording. Pause the game. We're back. That was bad, Pop. It is bad though that the most excitement for the first half of this second game is my dog stealing something in the background. Oh God. Winter's Gill's having a poor game again. I know it wasn't first half last game, but it did end up kind of tiring. We signed him expecting him to be a Premier League, for Scottish Premier League, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but Premiership right back. And he's obviously not, right? We our scouts and our coaches aren't the greatest in the world. But he still should be good enough. That's good from Armstrong. Oh, he's so unlucky, but Miles is there to just tap at home, really. But yeah, good goal. But yeah, we expect him to be this a lot better than he is, maybe, or a lot better than he's showing. But I think he'll still be good enough long term, like over the next couple of seasons, regardless of what league we're in. But we are now 1-0 up, and I don't think you can argue with it. Armstrong did really well there. After having a poor couple of games, granted, those games he was putting in the wrong role until the last game. He was still poor, but whatever. He did really well. Turned the player fantastically well. Unlucky with his shot, to be fair. Keeper did the right thing, palmed it out, unfortunately, with a shot. Only place he could palm was at the middle of the goal, and there it was our number 10. Actual number 10? Yeah, actual number 10, not just positionally. There to tap it in, tell Oyedele to calm the fuck down. Rivera, tell him he's not being good enough. And yeah, relatively happy with the rest. No changes at halftime, and realistically, not in a mad rush to make changes. Rivera is the only one who I'm looking at just now going, yeah, you've kind of got 10 minutes, 15 minutes before I bring on Emerson. Actually, looks like on paper Emerson might be the better player, but we'll see. I think our coaches, whatever coaches give me like the player reports, is a little bit, and anyone watching it, apologise for language, but a little bit fanny dazzled by Emerson's couple of goals in the cups. I don't think he's as good as the coach reports are saying. I'm sorry, I just don't. But that's one to keep an eye on. Wilson's performance is dropping again. That's not ideal. But at least now we do have what looks like a capable striker to replace him with. Rivera's going to come off for Emerson. Joseph will come on for Wilson. It's the only changes we're going to make at the moment. Although our midfield is looking to get a bit tired, like they did last game. This is a perfect game for Ethan Hamilton because he can play as many cup games as he likes. It doesn't trigger the extension. I think our centre-back, our new one on loan, has looked pretty solid. I don't think he's had to do anything, really. I know they've had 2 shots, but one was from errors from ourselves from further up the park. We just caught us out of position, I think. But yeah, right. Rowlands and Armstrong are getting pretty tired. So again, Williams will be coming on, and so will Finlay Marshall. Dundee have just equalised, which means I'm not going to make the 5th change I was about to make. Let's see the goal. So, throw in. Bennett gets the ball across. Cameron. It's the new centre-back. I've just gave him the kiss of death. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Just doesn't pick his man up. And just sneaks in. Front post. Wintersgill is having a howler, though. I think I'm going to just have to bring on Charlie. And hope for the best here. Instead of hitting Beretta, I'm going to demand more, which is what I meant to do last game. Why are you unhappy with demand more, Miles? 3 of you have played well today, and one of them had to get subbed off because he was knackered, and I'm playing the other one on because I can't sub him off. Bloody hell. Please don't, guys. Right. Comfortably caught by Edwards as I went wide anyway. Think about him went for a corner, but it doesn't matter. Dundee have got a second win. They are coming right back into this game now. We are struggling to make much of an impact this half. That is a concern. I don't think this goes to extra time. The cup game, the cup games, the league stage of the cup goes to extra time at the end of the full time. I'm kind of hoping this does the same and we just skip extra time. Truth be told, I'd like my players to get a couple of days rest, not play an extra half hour. I mean, ideally I'd like to nick a goal right now, but that doesn't seem to be happening. They've now changed to a back 5. They're trying to hold out now. Emerson to deliver the corner. Can he pick out an Elgin player? Oh, he does, and Charlie heads it over the bar. Oh, he's got to bury that, I think. He's got to bury that, I think. What I will say, I think Charlie might need to be the guy who starts the next game. Did well when he came on as a sub last game. Playing a lot better than Wintersgill has this game. So maybe he is now in line for a starting shirt. And now we find out if it goes to extra time or penalties or a replay. I actually don't know. Oh, it's fucking extra time. Good news is I can make a sub. You've been unlucky so far. Who is the most fucked? Probably Oyedele. Bring on another defensive midfield option. Or do we take off Miles, the goal scorer? For Stevens. Fuck no. Oh, your penalties are awful as well. Or do we take off... I can't even bring on another left back. Rock is getting tired. Oh my god, every sub option is shit at penalties. Let's take off the guy in the yellow card. We'll bring on Hamilton. Fresh legs in the middle of the park. Not the most creative player, but we know he can create and score free kicks. Looking at his stats, so penalties are a no-go. but it might just give us that bit extra in the middle and try and get through the next half hour. Ideally with a goal, and then we just defend. Right, Reed. Back to Marshall. Ball over the top. Emerson just can't get his foot on it. Not the best ball over the top, but it is what it is. See, they've went for this back five. They have pretty much switched to two up top, but shut us out. They're going to get their width from their wide backs, their wing backs. Fine. They've still got a playmaker, and somebody's probably going to run into the box, make late runs of McGowan. Playmaker in Cameron. So they're still going to pose a threat. It's just try pretty much this middle triangle here of their back three and their defence mid, plus me putting their fullbacks, talking about wide players, wing backs. My God, English is failing me. Oh, I think this is going to be a tough one for us to break down. I think they've changed to try and just get to penalties. Realistically, if I was them, I'd be going for it. Second half, they were the better team, and we are dead on our feet. Charlie with the throw. Williams back to Charlie. Miles. Marshall from outside the box. Oh, keeper forces it out wide. I didn't think that was the best effort in the world, but must have been sneaking in. Right, Hamilton. Can't believe he's still hitting these. Delivers a corner. Still Hamilton. Cuts it back for Miles. Cuts it across goal, but keeper comfortably collects, and it's coming up for half time of extra time. 15 minutes away from a penalty shootout. Not ideal. Good tackle from Cristiano. Hamilton with the free kick. Plays it short to Emerson. Oh, my God, man. You had great kind of work there. Had Emerson out free. Emerson takes it first touch. Try and curl it. Place it top corner. No, he puts his foot through it and just skies it over the bar. Unfucking believable. That's one of those chances you look at and go, like, we've got to get better at these chances. These are the ones that I feel like every time they come against us, the opposition bury them. We get them, we miss about 8. 7 minutes remaining. And I am dreading the thought of a penalty shootout. Reed is knackered, but Meloso is now back fit and doing full training. So I'm hoping I can make that change for the weekend's game and just bring Reed on second half, because I don't really want to play Meloso for a full game. But Reed also needs to not start a game. He is knackered. That is a great finish. And it's, what did I just say? Same position. Actually, harder probably goal to take than Emerson had, but he does the right thing. It's a much more crowded box. But Penrice gets the ball to Ashgar. One touch, doesn't even look, and gets it in that far corner. So many bodies in the way. But Emerson, same situation. Not as many bodies blocking him towards goal, and he just puts it over the bar. Every fucking time they've just went down to 10 men through injury, and we've just been knocked out by Dundee after taking the lead. I am not happy. I am not happy. Oh, that is a kick in the balls. Nah, we should have won that match. I don't care if you're unhappy. We should have won that match. Oh, feck. Cristiano made his debut. Well done to him. We get just shy of 30,000. Who's unhappy? Wintersgill and Rollins, 2 new players. Fuck me. Yeah, I'm not here to tell you what I want to hear. I'm here to get results this time. You understood that? One agree, one didn't. I think that was productive. One guy being unhappy, I can live with. Let's see the next fixtures and see when we're going to come back. Let's come back for Cliftonville and Arbroath. I'll play the 2 games in between. Let me get to the end of the window. We'll see what our squad actually looks like, and we'll take it from there. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a thumbs up. Now, the next episode of this should drop normally on Christmas Day. It will still drop Christmas Day. My schedule won't change for that. So, yeah, we'll drop this Wednesday. There'll be another one Friday. Remember, there is no uploads Tuesday or Thursday this week unless I get a Baldur's Gate 3 done. But they'll just be done, uploaded as and when until I catch up, in terms of just before stream-wise catch up. But yeah, enjoy this episode. Thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.